In today's fast-paced life, each one of us are constantly pushing ourselves, and stress has, as we all know it, become a common affliction in this racing world that we live in. At the same time, each one of us is also desperately seeking peace. We are seeking solitude. We are trying to restore ourselves. We are trying to get that focus. And for this purpose, we have an eminent panel of specialists who have spent a lifetime healing people and trying to bring that focus into their lives. May I please call on stage Rohini Chopra, practitioner of the Emotional Freedom Technique. Put your hands together as we invite Ms. Rohini Chopra, who's the practitioner of Emotional Freedom Technique. Rohini, please. Trupti Jain, past life regression therapist. Let's all welcome Trupti on the stage. Bindu Myra, tarot card reader and a crystal therapy healer. Welcome. Antonella Seminelli Mathur, Bach flower therapist. Antonella, welcome. And Chetna Chakravarti, who's a positive action coach. Let's all put our hands together for our guests this evening. So we have a lot of exciting stuff that's going to be happening. We have some maths here being laid out. Thank you so much, ladies, for your time. Trupti, I'm going to begin with you. Yes, past life regression therapist. When I read this, I was just amazed about, you specializing in life after death. Death is something that's inevitable. It's an inevitable consequence to each one of us. But life after death, that remains one of the biggest mysteries to humanity. Humans have been long fascinated with death. What happens after death? What made you get into this? What made you do such thorough research in this area?
Basically, I was a skeptic 22 years ago.
I think most of us are skeptics when it comes to life after death, aren't we?
Yes. So if I have to ask people here, how many of you believe that you've lived before? I don't know how many people.
Let's see. How many of you believe in life after death?
Okay, so more and more hands are being raised.
Yes.
So the thing is that 22 years ago, I thought that this was not going to be possible.
Can we have some silence, please? Thank you, ladies. Yes.
So, well, I thought this was not possible because I work at a mental health hospital for the last so many years. And I do very kind of cognitive-based work at that time. But I always say that there's always a turning point in our lives, which happened in my life. So 22 years ago, I had this young girl who came to see me. And during a session of only kind of hypnosis, she just slipped into a kind of past life memory. And I really didn't know what was happening to her. And she started telling me that she's this tribal person and there's a soldier in a tent and trying to kill her. And she had these obsessive thoughts that she was having sex with God. So that was like blasphemy. But post that experience that she was having, and I was like, I didn't know what to do because I had not learned past life therapy at that time. And after the session was over, about 2 weeks later, she gives me a call and says that the thoughts have disappeared. That got me thinking. I thought, what the hell was going on at that time on that bed? Post that, I went through a session myself. I had this motion sickness for the last many years. Since I was 3 years old, I remember I couldn't eat on a flight, I couldn't go by bus, I couldn't travel by car for long distances. And after my own past life therapy session, motion sickness disappeared.
Okay, but how transformative has it been in your patients, the past life sessions? Post that awakening in you, post that realization?
Absolutely. There are many people who ask me that, could we have been kind of animals in our past life? And I have had patients, like I can talk of a woman who had piles. And she saw herself as a tiger. And when she saw herself as a tiger, she saw that there was somebody there, a hunter, who had a bow and arrow. And the arrow went through the tiger's anus. And she felt that pain while the experience was going on. Post that, 2 months later, she called up and said her piles had healed. How does this Well,
that's something that, which leads to the skepticism.
Correct.
So much of cynicism, there is, one who are suspicious, they have a lot of doubts whether this actually exists. But we're going to have this session where we're going to call a few volunteers as well onto the stage, and we're going to make this as interactive as we can, because here are the specialists. These are the ones, these ladies, fine ladies who have spent so many years healing people, healing their pain. May I please call on stage Shivani Shankar, and maybe Trupti, you could perhaps just give us a synopsis of your work or what you
So
do.
let her come.
Yes.
And
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you so
Can I
much.
stand up? And
Yes, please go ahead.
Good, great. So Shivani, sit. Okay, great. So I just want you to close your eyes. You can remove your specs, no problem. So just close your eyes. Yeah?
I also would like to tell our audience here that if in case you have more questions, more queries, after this session you can always spend some time with each one of our healer, our specialists in the speakers lounge.
Okay, now a past life session takes 3 hours. But obviously I don't have that much time here. So I'm just going to tell you there are 3 important things when we do past life therapy. One is to get the patient to become aware. So we use the word aware many times, just to make her aware of her body. Okay? The second thing is we'll get the patient to become relaxed, because we want the body to become relaxed completely. And then the third is to make the patient feel that the body is becoming heavy. Why the body needs to become heavy is so that this body doesn't move. I'm not interested in this body, basically. Right? So if this body keeps moving, the patient will keep looking at the body or feeling the body, which we do not want. And it's only post that the actual kind of induction begins, and slowly the patient gets to a certain past life or a certain memory that is deep-rooted. I can't do all that here, but I'm just going to do something very quick. Okay? So I just want you to relax. Just relax. Remember, outside the body is the aura. The aura is the subtle layer of our mind, feelings, thoughts, emotions, all that stuff is in the aura, right? So I'm just going to touch the aura a little bit, and then I'm going to just touch the third eye. Just want you to relax. Completely relax. And as you relax, I just want you to imagine. Imagine as if there is a body far, far away. Very far away from this place. Just allow a body to appear. And beneath that body, I want you to focus on the ground below the feet of that body. And imagine what the ground below the feet of that body would feel or look like. Can you tell me? Just the first thought that comes to you.
Pain.
Look at the feet and what those feet could be wearing.
I can't see anything.
Just allow yourself to imagine the feet over that ground. Could they be male or female?
It's white.
White. What kind of whiteness can you see?
Clouds.
So slowly, I'm just going to ask you to open your eyes. Can you just tell me what was happening?
I felt a lot of pain.
Pain.
Yeah, and it was all cloudy.
Okay, so some tears are coming out. Clouds. Now, if we had more time, I would have asked her to move down from the clouds and then move down, down. We use the word down very often. And then as you move down, and then slowly we can get more. Right? So basically it's a quick thing to just activate the third eye and activate the aura a little bit, and then the memory could start coming up. So if I had more time, I know I would have done more. Thank you.
I'm pretty speechless. I'm lost for words
Thank
here.
you.
Shivani, thank you so much. Thank you. Trupti, thank you so much. That was, I wish we had more time. I'm going to get back to you on that. But Bindu, that was such an eye-opener. And there is just so much to this area of expertise. I know you're a tarot card reader, but interestingly, you mentioned about your work with crystals, and that's something that really fascinated me.